So I'm going to do the glaze for donuts. When I do donut glazes, I don't have a recipe. I have ingredients, but not amounts. I feel like it's kind of a preference thing. I have, starting with a whole bag of powdered sugar, which is a pound. And then I'm gonna add a pinch of salt and some milk. Oops, that wasn't clean. And some vanilla. And I'm gonna mix that together. Might have gone a little heavy with that milk. I like a thinner glaze when I do French crullers and a thicker glaze when I'm doing like a regular yeasted donut. And this is actually probably perfect, if not a little thick. So basically you just want all of the lumps gone. Oh, this is actually perfect. So all the lumps are gone. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of butter. You can also add like coconut oil if you like, but something that will kind of harden up the way that butter or coconut oil does. It's gonna give you that nice like texture that you like. And yeah, that is literally all you do. I like to heat my glaze up again before I dip. But that's it. If I want to make it chocolate, if I'm doing a French cruller, I want a thinner chocolate glaze than if I'm doing a yeasted donut. For my French cruller chocolate, I'll probably just add either a little bit of ganache or maybe just some cocoa powder. If I'm doing a chocolate glaze for like my fudgy chocolate glaze, I make a crazy fudge thing that's like, I make caramel and then I pour the caramel over unsweetened chocolate chips and then I add it to this glaze. It's real intense, but a little too much for a French cruller. Yeah, I like to use a lot of extracts or spices. So nice glaze might be a chai glaze. That'd be delicious. Matcha, black sesame, some of my favorites. Caramel, always a good one. And you can just add any of those in here. If it gets a little too thick, you can thin it out with milk. If it gets a little too thin, you can actually add a little bit of the butter. That'll kind of firm it back up. And that's all there is to it. I made up a very large batch of my icing, my glaze, which I showed you. Although I showed you a much smaller batch. I showed you 1 time. This is 9 times or 8 times the batch. 8 times. So I just like to portion out some glaze into separate bowls. I added some just instant coffee to this one. And I'm gonna do some different flavors. This one's gonna be chocolate, so there's gonna be a lot of it. Black sesame. And lemon. Okay, so for this one, I just added, kind of to taste, some instant coffee, instant espresso powder. This is black sesame paste. I love black sesame. I use it a lot. And I'm just gonna add some in, and then I might taste it. If it's too thick, I'll add a bit of milk. It's not gonna be too thin at this point in the process. Gonna zest some of this in here. Oops. So we've got some lemon zest. I'm gonna add some lemon juice and then some poppy seeds. I think toasting the poppy seeds a little bit might be nice. Maybe not, I don't know. Toasting stuff is generally a good idea to bring out some flavor. Just the old-fashioned way. And I've microwaved that a little bit. And a good amount of chocolate in there. And then you just mix them together and heat them up before you dip. You can either do that with a water bath, or you can just throw things in the microwave. Both are good. So I'm now just gonna mix these together, and then I'm going to warm them up, and I'm gonna dip them. I prefer to dip rather than to like pour it on. You can see this is a little too thick. This is even a little thick. If I was doing a different kind of donut, that would probably be thin enough. So I'm just going to add a little bit of milk. So all we're gonna do is dip our donuts. I like, for the French cruller, there's like generally a less pretty side and a more pretty side. I dip the pretty side. And I give it a little shake. And there it is. And then you just do that with a bunch more donuts.